78 Sports TV here. So I'm checking out my boy Boxing Beats and Rhymes page.
Doing it from Boxing Beats and Rhymes channel.
This is Tony Thompson, chilling with Boxing Beats and Rhymes. Excellent, you chilling with Boxing Beats and Rhymes. This is that Mayor Hardcore Man Store on Boxing Beats and Rhymes YouTube channel.
I don't know if you answer. Possible Manny Pacquiao fight with Floyd Mayweather. How you feel about that?
Well, basically, it's a fight that still has the potential to happen.
Kell Brook takes on Jojo Dan in the first defense of his IBF title. According to Eddie Hearn, it will take place in Sheffield's Multipoint Arena. Brook recovering from his stabbing incident in Tenerife, which occurred less than a month after he beat Sean Porter in California and took Porter's IBF title. We're going to see how Brook has recovered from this injury. We're going to see. Because it looked like a pretty bad injury to me, And the recovery, you're going to train so you don't really irritate it that badly. Now, a fight situation, you can't. You have to let it all go. You have to move as vigorously as you can with no inhibition. That's what you have to do. So, we're going to see how that plays out in that fight. He should win against Jojo Dan, who somehow got to the #1 contender spot for Brook's title. So there you go. I don't know how he's managed that. If anyone could tell, and I'm not dismissing the young man's career, I have not seen any profile fights he's had that would get him there or anything. So I'm just going to his box rec to have a look at what I may have missed. I saw the Kevin Bizer fight. That was a split decision. 2 split decisions over Kevin Bizer, the Canadian. 2 of them fights were in Canada. He's based in Canada himself. I don't see much there. He beat Steve Forbes on a technical decision years ago. Selkirk A&N, he lost against him. It is what it is. It is what it is. Frankie Gavin parts ways with Frank Warren. Frank Warren will not renew Frankie Gavin's contract. Gavin won the British and Commonwealth titles under Frank Warren's guidance. He lost to Leonard Bundu for the EBU title. And I'm wondering why that was, Why would Frank release him like that? Maybe he saw some lack of application in Frankie's game. Frankie has been known to have trouble on the scales and hasn't always looked totally committed to all of his fights. So, there you go. Chris Eubank Sr. is still saying that he thinks his son can beat Gennady Golovkin. And, that's just the Eubank philosophy. He's just keeping the glass half full. Sky's the limit. It doesn't matter what you say or anyone says. That's what he's doing. And if it fails, it fails. If it works, it works. They're just setting the threshold really high. Really high. That's what they're doing. But until then, Chris Eubank Jr. takes on Dmitry Shudanov for the interim WBA world title. And this is after a loss. This just shows you how the world of boxing operates. I haven't seen much of Dmitry Shudanov, but word has it is that he's pretty useful. But we shall see. We shall see. It looks like Eddie Chambers, who was supposed to fight on the same card as Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was facing Christian Hammer. Eddie Chambers was contracted to face Alexander Ustinov. But apparently the money that Ustinov was offered is not sufficient enough for him to get on the plane. So it doesn't look like that fight's going to happen. And it looks like Ustinov is going to be taking on Robert Helenius in Finland. Helenius has been inactive for a little while, for at least 2 years. Nothing's been confirmed on that. Eddie Chambers just doesn't seem that he can get this breakout opponent. He said he wants a breakout opponent in the heavyweight division, and that's not happening. According to Alex Ariza on Boxing Scene, Floyd is going to fight on May the 2nd, and Pacquiao will not be in the opposite corner. And he seems to be hinting to ABS-CBN correspondent Steve Angels, or Angelis, that it's Bob Arum who is the stumbling block in why it's not happening. Derry Matthews is taking on Richard Abril for the WBA World Championship at lightweight. He replaces Anthony Crolla. Derry Matthews is a British-English fighter from up in Liverpool. Anthony Crolla got in a bad situation the other month trying to stop his next door neighbor's house getting ransacked, and he ended up on the wrong side of the attack from the perpetrators. The bout will take place in Liverpool's Echo Arena, giving Derry Matthews a home advantage. Derry's a very tall, elongated looking fighter, and Abril's not a big power puncher. This could be an interesting chess match for a little while. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I suppose Abril would be the favourite. But, you know, Matthews is capable of keeping distance for lengthy periods of a bout. So, long punches. So, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Eddie Hearn has told Amir Khan, forget Floyd Mayweather and take on Kell Brook. It makes more sense. And, you know... At the same time, he's a mandatory like Thurman is a mandatory, so I can't blame him for trying. It's a futile attempt to get Floyd's attention and pique his radar and call for a shot and get the big money. When you try it. Carl Froch had to withdraw from his proposed, quote-unquote, big quotation mark, super fight with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. with an elbow injury. So now a James DeGale and Mikhail Kessler match is in talks, as the Froch bout is not going to happen. Apparently, Andre Dirrell is not keen to come to the UK to take on DeGale, and I suppose that's after the first decision he got against Froch in Nottingham in the Super 6 tournament a few years back. Kessler, however, has no problems travelling, none at all. You know, he's travelled to America, he's been to the UK, and he's not afraid to take on hard competition. That's one thing you can say about Kessler, I suppose. A lot of people are saying this is a massive step up in class for DeGale and will present him his toughest battle. That's what a lot of people are saying. And the fight is for the IBF World title. So, I don't know if Froch is stripped yet, but he'll be stripped. And there you go, there you go, there you go. Alex Ariza seems to know everything, and he's saying Pacquiao is fighting Jesse Vargas. Rumour has it that Vladimir Klitschko has reportedly already booked an O2 Arena date in Hamburg to face Shannon Briggs. Vlad has gone on this tirade like he's really angry. I think it's all orchestrated personally. So it looks like, you know, the circus fight is gonna happen. It's gonna happen, you know. So apparently you can take on a man who hasn't fought even C-level competition in the last 4 or 5 years. As long as he hypes it up, and let's go champ, let's go, you can take him on, and it's okay. And no one said anything against Vladimir Klitschko. If other fighters were to do that, it's a bit of a double standard. It's got to be said. We got Rios and Alvarado coming up this weekend. It's the third match. They're one apiece. Michael Kant said we're already going into a different direction from Mayweather, so I'm just watching all this shit come up. Wilder versus Stavern, 1.24 million viewers on Showtime. That's a record audience, apparently, on boxing's premier telecasts. The main event ranks as the highest rated fight on any premium network in the past 12 months, while the entire free fight telecast becomes the highest rated on Showtime in more than 2 years. The January the 17th telecast attracted the largest audience since 2004, behind Cotto and Trout from 2012 in December, and this is since Nielsen began to separately measure premium television multiplex channels. The fourth highest rated on record for the network, with a peak audience of 1.34 million viewers. This is the card where you saw Santa Cruz and Amir Imam take out Fidel Maldonado Jr. with a dramatic KO, 5th round TKO after getting floored himself. The event was co-promoted by Don King and Golden Boy Promotions and took place at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. So, this is what I was saying. Some people said the arena was half empty. I didn't really look at that as much as I should have done, maybe. But, you know, it's doing impressive figures. Wilder is way more popular than what a lot of people think. He's a big draw. And a potential fight with Tyson Fury is a big fight. That's how I see that. Gennady Golovkin, who holds the highest knockout percentage in world title fights of any active champion, with a perfect 100% record, He takes on Martin Murray, I think in February. They've had some kind of weigh-in 30 days out from their fight. I haven't heard about this. Is this a regular practice in boxing? Apparently, Murray hit the scale at 169 and Golovkin weighed in at 172. Okay. I've never heard about this. For middleweight world title fights, the WBC mandates that the fighters must be no more than 176 pounds 30 days prior to the fight. Interesting. Is this a safety precaution to stop fighters losing too much weight too fast? Or is it a means to keep tabs on the fighters so they don't give everybody a last minute scare and let down the promotion? I don't know. I'm not very clued up on this procedure. If you guys know why this happens, put it in the comment section and educate me. I think Murray's going to get ironed out. Not because he's a soft touch, but I think Golovkin is just a class above in terms of power and preciseness. That's just my opinion. But we're going to call it a day for now, people. We're going to call it a day.